Coming to you from the City of Dreams.
A TV host of more than 60 infomercials and $1 billion in sales gives inventors, authors, and entrepreneurs the chance to make their dreams come true by finding out,
is your product ready to be seen on TV?
This is The Pitch with Tom Jordan.
Welcome to The Pitch with Tom Jordan. Thank you for that applause. That's coming from nowhere. This is the show where inventors, authors, and entrepreneurs come on to pitch their products to marketers and investors who are looking for products to put on TV and take to retail. We're coming to you from UBN at Sunset Gower Studios right here in Hollywood, California. And Sunset Gower Studios is very near and dear to my heart because exactly 10 years ago, my daughter, when she was 4 years old, she actually starred in a TV series that shot right here. It was called Sons and Daughters, and it was a Lorne Michaels show. Lorne Michaels from Saturday Night Live. Not only did it shoot here, the actress who played her grandmother is Dee Wallace Stone, who has a show right here on UBN called Conscious Creation, so make sure to check that out. But she was the grandmother, and it was a lot of fun. It was on ABC, but it was up against American Idol, so you can see what happened there. But on the show, it was truly art imitating life because my daughter Lexi always was wearing costumes at home, dress up, mermaids, the whole thing. And in this show, she wore one outfit in every single scene, and that was a pink tutu.
His play was a disaster and so boring, and I really wanted to rip my script up, and this is the play I like better because it's more in general of our dad's life because it's his birthday.
Oh, she was so cute. Those little cheeks, where do they go? They're so cute when they're young, aren't they? Well, she's still great. She's 14. She's a great student. She's a great athlete. She actually is a volleyball and soccer player, and today she's in the finals. Her school's in the finals of the soccer championship. So I got to rush out of here to get to that game. But she is a typical teenager. And for those of you out there who have teenage daughters, we feel each other's pain. We know what it's like. They're great, but they are aging us. But hopefully she'll be a guest on a future episode and you'll get to meet her. And this is the third episode of The Pitch. And I want to tell you, I am so excited about what's going on because in episode 1, we made a deal, as I mentioned on the last episode. But I have to announce, in episode 2, we already have an offer for one of those products. So we are off to an amazing start. We are 2 for 2, and I have lots of great products on the show today, too. In today's show, I have a very innovative product that should be in every house. I have a fantastic fitness product that addresses your core and your back. And I've got a returning guest who is developing a quick fan base. And I'm really excited to welcome a 2-time Emmy-nominated TV host who has millions of fans. She was a former Miss Canada. My very good friend Tanya Memme is here. Later in the show, you do not want to miss that. Now, there are lots of ways to present your product on The Pitch. You can either send in your own pre-taped video. You can come into the studio. You can do it remotely. We have one today from New York. Or you can have either myself or a professional host from my pitch roster pitch your product for you. All of this info is at my website, thepitchwithtom.com. And if any marketer or investor out there sees something on the show, either today's show or one of our past episodes, you can contact me by email at tom@thepitchwithtom.com, and I will get you connected with that inventor. Let's get to our very first pitch today. Now, I had a pre-taped video pitch come in just recently, and something jumped out at me in this video. I loved the cell line. I thought it was one of the best I have seen in a long time. Take a look.
You buy these beautiful long stem flowers, you come home, we all have 2, 3, 4 vases in our house. We try to put them into the vase. The vase is not tall enough for these flowers. And if the vase doesn't support them properly, they will die much quicker. So what do most people do? They take these beautiful long stem flowers and they cut them shorter. They want to fit the flowers into the vase. Not the right way to approach it. Don't adjust the flowers to fit into the vase. Adjust the vase to fit the flowers. Introducing expandable or adjustable vase. It will look much prettier than this, but the middle or top part of the vase will adjust in order to fit the flowers properly. Put the flowers in, and depending on the height of the flowers, you adjust the vase accordingly. This way the flowers can last longer and they're more properly in the vase, so they look prettier. This is perfect for consumers, and it's perfect for the flower shops, which deliver flowers and vases, millions of them, on a daily basis.
Let's meet this innovative inventor. Igor Lubarsky is an attorney by profession, but a business-savvy inventor at heart with a passion for finding ways to solve everyday consumer problems. Thus, after years of buying flowers and realizing how much he overpaid for what he ended up with, he decided to adjust what needs to be adjusted. Igor, how you doing, buddy? You look good.
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on the show, Tom. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I got to tell you, I love the concept. Don't adjust the flowers to fit the vase, adjust the vase to fit the flowers. How did you come up with this idea?
Well, I would buy my wife for many years beautiful long stem flowers, long stem roses. I would bring them home, whether it's her birthday, Valentine's Day, or any other day of the week. And I would bring those beautiful roses home and I would give it to my wife. I would see a beautiful smile on her face. I would get a kiss. And then the task begins. We have to look through the vases that we have at home in order to make sure that we put the flowers, the height of the flowers, into the proper vases. And we have 3, 4, 5, 6 different vases. And when most of the time the idea didn't work, what we would end up doing is cutting the flowers in order to fit them properly into the vase. And that would diminish the value of the flowers and the looks of the flowers. Why would I adjust those flowers to fit into the vase when all I need to do is adjust the vase to properly fit the flowers?
Obviously, it looks a lot better, but are there other benefits for the flowers themselves if the vase is the right height for the flowers?
Well, yeah, when you transport, store, or present the flowers, you want to make sure that the stems don't break and the flowers look as beautiful as possible.
Now, I can see that that is a prototype sitting right there. I know you're at the prototype stage. Explain to me how it's adjustable.
Well, it's a bellows-style adjustable vase. The middle or top part of the vase will adjust according to the height that you need.
Now, obviously, that one vase won't work for huge flowers, but I'm assuming instead of having 10 vases, I could have 2, like a large and a small. Is that the idea?
Correct. Instead of having 5 or 6 different vases, all you need is 1 or 2. This way you cover all your bases when it comes to flowers to solve the problem.
And is it only vases? Can you do this with other types of pots for plants and other types of containers?
Exactly. The original idea was flower for the vases, but we moved on to flower pots, flower buckets, anything that holds flowers, it will work perfectly.
Now, I mean, I can definitely see how this helps the consumer for the reasons you stated, but what about the people that sell the flowers, the flower stores? Does this benefit them also?
Oh, there will be a lot of benefit to those. They don't have to carry so many flower pots or flower buckets. They don't have to waste space or buy more than they need to. All they need is adjustable vases or flower pots or flower buckets, and they will save a lot of money and space, which is what businesses need.
Have you seen competitive products like this out there? 'Cause I've never seen anything like this.
There's nothing like this out there. Idea exists, but most of the time people just have to buy different vases of different heights.
Do you have a patent on it?
I did. I filed provisional patent in 2014.
Okay, and do you have any idea of what the actual cost would be at this point?
We do not have an exact number, but approximate range is somewhere in the $3 to $4 range.
I'm sure with volume, there's a lot of room there to get that even lower. What about on TV, Igor? Bonus items are a big deal. So if this was going to sell on TV, is there anything that you've thought of that could be a good bonus item that would go along with it?
I think placement mats such as this would be a perfect idea, because when you buy flowers and you put them into a vase and you put it on the table, usually most people put mats underneath those vases.
Okay, so Igor, why do you think the adjusted vase would be a good product to be sold on TV and in retail?
It's simple, exciting, and it's easy to demonstrate to anyone. So it solves all the problems, and by showing people how they can save money and space, it'll sell itself.
That's what got me, because I am constantly walking into the kitchen when I surprise my wife with roses, and I look at like 10 different vases there, and none of them fit exactly right. I would love to open up that space for more cereal boxes than extra vases. So I think it's great, because I'm always cutting the flowers to make sure they fit properly. So this does it for me. And here's what I want to know, though, Igor. What kind of trouble are you getting in over the years that you're buying so many flowers?
That I can answer. That's between me and my wife.
Okay. She's not there, is she? I can't get her on
No,
there.
she's not. Phew.
Okay. Well, Igor, thank you so much for being on. I love the Adjust-A-Base. And if anyone out there is interested in talking to Igor about the Adjust-A-Base, you can email me at tom@thepitchwithtom.com. We'll be right back with our next pitch right after this. Watch The Pitch at ubnradio.com, Channel 2, every first and third Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. You can give feedback on the chat roll, or you can follow us at Twitter at The Pitch with Tom. You can also watch full episodes or individual segments from The Pitch on demand starting the day after the initial airing by going to thepitchwithtom.com or my YouTube channel, The Pitch with Tom Jordan. Go to either place to see any episodes that you have missed. If you're an inventor and want to find out about appearing on The Pitch, go to thepitchwithtom.com and click on the red inventor button. Marketers looking for more information should click on the blue marketer button. And you can also learn more about me and my work as a host and producer at the same website or by visiting tomjordan.com. If you're a marketer or investor and you see a product you're interested in on today's show and you want to talk to the inventor, or if you want to contact me for any reason, you can email me at tom@thepitchwithtom.com.
This is The Pitch with Tom Jordan.
Welcome back to The Pitch. Okay, great abs and back pain. Two very popular categories, right? Everybody wants a firm, strong core, and back pain is the leading complaint from adults of all ages. The problem is, you go to the gym and you see people trying to work on their core and trying to do back exercises, and they have no idea. They are clueless what position to get into and what technique to use, and they're basically wasting their time and getting no results. This next new innovation does an amazing job of addressing both your core and your back because it puts you in the perfect position to get real results. BodyCore is a patented exercise and support board that will revolutionize abdominal workouts and back stretches. Now you can get rid of belly fat while eliminating back pain. The magic of the BodyCore is that its patented design creates maximum core contraction by offering full range of motion. By utilizing your own body weight, the BodyCore allows for full extension and full flexion of the core and back muscles. And BodyCore was also designed for simple yet powerful back stretches and to help improve posture. The unique design of the BodyCore for the lumbar region allows a safe, comfortable, and extremely effective method for relaxing and aligning our spine. The BodyCore is currently at an advanced prototype stage after years of development and extensive testing, and it has multiple patents. The utility and design patents recognize the seated section with a tailbone pad and multi-curved upper surface that conforms to the lumbar region of a person's body. This provides a better, more comfortable workout with accelerated and improved results. The BodyCore is ready to go right into tooling for molds and production. This patented technology is ideal for Pilates, yoga stretches, core building, and improved flexibility by controlling body movements, postures, and poses, yielding abdominal strength and overall flexibility for a better balanced body. In fact, it offers 32 amazing exercises and stretches for yoga and Pilates movements. I've never seen anything out there like it. The BodyCore is light, portable, and easy to store, whether being stacked in a gym or put away at home, and it will last for years. The cost of goods is in the $9 range, but that's at low volume, so it can definitely have a $39.95 price point or even lower. There's also lots of bonus and upsell possibilities like waist slimmer belts, therapy bands, and of course, BodyCore fat burner supplements. Reactions from those trying the BodyCore are that they like the back support, the overall complete core contraction, it's easy to use and to move around, and it's very comfortable. They all say, "Where can I buy one?" And I brought in a special guest to give her professional input on the BodyCore. You saw Brandy Flores using the BodyCore in some of the video footage. Well, Brandy has been one of the most sought-after models in the fitness industry. She was a winner on TNT's On the Menu and has a new show coming up on Bravo called My Fab 40th. Fab 40th? That means you're turning 40?
Can you believe it? I'm 40. It's crazy. This is the new 40.
Wow, the new 40 looks good. And I believe you have 2 daughters, is that correct?
Yep, I have 2 daughters, almost 9 and 12 years old.
Okay, so you couldn't have a lot of time for working out, so I don't know how you do it. What have you thought about the BodyCore and how it might work into your life?
I love the BodyCore. I think the greatest thing about it is it's going to fit under your bed. So anyone who needs to work out first thing in the morning, like myself, you get up, wake up, pull it out from under your bed, and get your workout going. You feel great for the rest of the day, and you're done.
What makes it unique in your mind?
Oh, goodness. I have used a lot of products. So the body core itself is something that you have over 30 exercises that you can do with this. It's great for stretching your back. It's great for your core and your abs. So basically, you're going to get a full body workout because there is so much stuff that you can do on this.
And do you find that it puts you in the actual position, the right position to get maximum results on your core and on your back? Because people have trouble with that, right?
Right, totally. And a lot of with the balls and all those other things that you find out the gym, and it does. So this basically puts you in a perfect position to work your upper abs, your lower abs, and your middle abs. You get it all from the body core.
And I saw in the videos you're doing other parts of your body too, it seems like, too. So it's not just core and back.
Not just core. I mean, you could do push-ups, like you could do yoga, you could do Pilates movements, you can do leg exercises, and just basically use it as the main exercise piece of equipment for yourself.
Because I find people in the gym don't know how to get in the right position. And this seems, especially when you're doing that core work, this seems to put you there so that you're doing it, safely and more effectively. Is that what you found?
Correct. If you're on a ball at the gym, you could be totally in the wrong position. There's no way you can absolutely be in the wrong position with the body core.
And do you find it effective for both athletes like yourself or fitness people and non-athletes? I mean, will it work for somebody who's older or heavier?
Yep, you can be any size, any weight, and you can use this.
My dad, as a senior citizen, he always wanted to work on his abs, and he wanted to buy the ab products. And I'm like, Dad, you're not going to be able to use those. But with the body core, I mean, it really doesn't matter because it's supporting you so much, right?
It does. It definitely is going to put you in the right position. It's going to help you stretch out your back, and it's going to make the contraction in your abs exactly where you need it. So you're not going to be straining your neck muscles. Targets it right in your abs and in your core.
Okay, so you're a believer. You're not just saying this because you're
No.
sitting here. You really do like it. You think it's a good product.
I'm definitely a true believer of the body core for sure. I like it. I use it. It's a great all-around product.
Okay, well, it's obviously working for you. And if anybody out there wants to talk to Brandy Flores, maybe use her in one of the infomercials, how do they find you, Brandy?
I'm on Facebook at Brandy Flores. I'm on Instagram at Brandy Flores. And I'm on Twitter at Brandy Loves Info for Brandy Loves Infomercial products.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You're a good testament to the new 40. For me, the body core, it's great for TV because it really is so demonstrable. I mean, you see it, you see people on it, and you get it immediately. And not just for TV, but also for retail. I like that it's compact, it's lightweight, it'll be perfect for the retail shelf space. So, to summarize, the body core offers a complete targeted core contraction from top to bottom, from lower abs to upper abs. It helps alleviate back pain and improve posture. It offers a wide variety of workouts, more than 32 amazing exercises for yoga and Pilates and the core. It's easy to use, no moving parts, no setup required. It's compact for space saving and portability or traveling. It's affordable and extremely durable with a strong warranty. It's comfortable and effective, and the body core fills a void by providing back support while maximizing the core contraction. So if you want to be part of the body core future, then you can get in touch with the body core people by emailing me at tom@thepitchwithtom.com. I think this is a great product. I can see it as a hit, and I hope you want to jump on board. Do you want to sell your product on TV, but don't have the contacts, funding, or resources to make it happen? The Pitch gives you the opportunity to have a professional pitch tool that will be seen by the right people who can help bring your product to market. Log on to thepitchwithtom.com to find out how. Just click on the red Inventor button to get all the details. Visit thepitchwithtom.com for more information or email tom@thepitchwithtom.com.
This is The Pitch with Tom Jordan.
Welcome back to The Pitch. Besides getting offers in our first 2 episodes, we have gotten a lot of interest in all the products, and some of our guests have gotten a lot of attention. Tony Ann Johnson from episode 1 was asked to appear as an expert in an upcoming infomercial, and this particular guest that appeared in episode 2 has been getting all kinds of interest on our nightly walks. Toby has a huge fan base, let me tell you. But I got so many comments about one guest in particular that I invited her back to pitch another one of her products. Last episode, Yoshiko Masamura pitched her etiquette spray, and she's back again to solve another everyday problem with her easy pill bottles.
For people like me with bunch of bottles, they all look the same. Each time I need to dispense it in this dispenser, I have to go through each and every bottle. Okay, which one is this? Is this a morning pill, evening pill? So I open it like that and dispense it. Then go through another bottle, da-da-da. What I did was come up with this idea for easy pill bottle labels. You see yellow for morning, sunshine. Blue for night. So by putting these labels on the caps, I know which ones are day, which ones are for evening. And also by putting the names on the labels, I can visibly tell what pill it is rather than trying to find the fine print. As easy as 1, 2, 3. You can use this cap over and over again for the refill bottle.
You know, I think Yoshiko is on the pulse of what people need. I mean, I know my dad could have used these easy pill bottles without a doubt. And I love the fact that an inventor is intent on solving everyday problems that appeal to the masses. So if anybody out there is interested in talking to Yoshiko about any of her products, then you can email me at tom@thepitchwithtom.com. And we will be right back with our very special guest, Tanya Memme is here. Don't go anywhere. Are you a marketer or investor looking for the next great product? Log on to thepitchwithtom.com to find out how. Just click on the blue marketer button to get all the details. To view individual pitch segments, go to the pitchwithtom.com website or visit the YouTube channel, The Pitch with Tom Jordan. Or if you want to make an offer to an inventor, or if you have any questions, contact me at the following email address, tom@thepitchwithtom.com.
This is The Pitch with Tom Jordan.
One of the best parts of this show is I get to bring in co-hosts that I have worked with in the past that I love to see again, and that's happening right now. Tanya Memme is a former Miss Canada, the host of 2 Emmy-nominated television shows, and a DIY expert and momtrepreneur. Tanya spent 13 seasons on A&E's Sell This House Extreme, and Move This House. She's also the host of Best Vacations, and you can see her currently on the Hallmark Channel's Home and Family. Plus, she'll be launching her own line of Tanya Memme crafts this spring. Like you're not busy enough, Tanya. Huh?
I love that.
Right?
That's a good track.
Yeah, you deserve it. Tanya Memme is
Thanks,
here.
Tom. Thanks. I'm here.
It's so great to see you.
It's nice to see you too.
It's been too long.
It has been.
I want to make sure of something. I'm the only one that says your name right. Is that right?
It's so true.
Tanya Memme?
Yes, you are the only one. We're working on it on Home and Family right now. Mark Steinis cannot say my name properly. Christina
Isn't his name Mark Steinis?
It looks like it is, but we won't say that. It sounds better, Steinis, right?
Okay.
Yes.
So they say Tanya.
Steins.
Right? What do they say? What do people say?
They say Tanya Meme, but Mark doesn't say that. They say Tanya Memme.
Memme.
Which is it's nice. It's a little more European, a little nice.
But it's not right.
It's kind of butchering the name. And, on camera, I'd like them to say it right.
And I'm doing that.
You have always said it right,
Really?
Tom. Yes.
Okay, well, let's go back to a while back.
Okay, wait, I got to flip back. Hold on, get the files in my mind. Okay,
well,
found it.
that is scary. I hope you got a close-up on that one. Okay, so we met because you and I both had shows on DirecTV.
We did.
Right?
The customer news for, I think, 7 years.
You did customer news, and I was doing Inside DirecTV, which you were doing before, I believe. And then I started doing, because they couldn't have you in every show.
Well, they could, but,
but they didn't.
I didn't have a problem with it. They did.
But you didn't know at the time I was a huge fan because I had watched your episodes. And I thought,
don't think you
really
ever told me that.
And then we were going to be paired together.
Yes.
To host a show together.
On customer news.
And
so then that means you were going to have 2 shows and I was going to have one? Is that how it was going to
go
down?
No, the show I was doing ended.
Oh, okay.
So they thought, let's pair these 2 together. And they called to schedule that. And I had booked, because I'm also an actor, a guest star on Family Law as a recurring character. And I said, you know what? It's a new production company, but can't you reschedule this? Because I want to do both. And they got mad at me, and they recast my role.
I know.
Typical Hollywood.
I remember we talked about that.
Yeah.
Extensively.
I cried,
and there
over
wasn't
the phone.
much I could do.
Well, you were just a pretty face.
But I'm just letting you know that had you had done that, I'm just a pretty face. Haven't been told that ever. But the job, that Matt Gallant actually got.
You're promoting the guy who got my job now, okay?
Yeah, but he was on the show for about 4 years after that.
Okay, now she's making me feel great. 4 years, and I got 3 episodes on Family Law. Thanks, Tanya. Great to have you in. Okay, and we're done. It's all, the show is over now.
I'm only teasing you. But I have to say that if I were in your shoes, I would have done the same thing.
Thank you for that.
I really would have.
For that.
And
okay.
I know. I get it. It was a fun show, but I mean,
you got to take those.
Family Law is Family Law. It's a primetime show. So I would have done the same thing.
Tony Danza, Dixie Carter.
I worked with Tony Danza before.
He's fun and a little wacky.
A little wacky.
And he says hello to everybody.
He does.
What did you work with him on?
I did. Okay, this is really aging me, but I did an MCI commercial a long time ago. It was the very first commercial I ever booked. So it's when we made, as actors, a lot of money on commercials.
Yeah.
It's all different now.
It has been a lot of years. You did age yourself
a lot of years.
there.
It was MCI.
And he was in it?
He was in it. I played his daughter. He was my dad.
Wow.
Yes.
I could see that, though. You all have the same coloring, you know.
Kind of, yeah. He's Italian, I'm Italian. But yeah, I played his daughter, and it was at my wedding. And he was, you know, it was just a really cute commercial. But I made a lot of money.
Yeah, how
on that
much?
commercial.
How much you make?
I probably made about $130,000 on it.
IRS, did you get that?
That was years ago, and I did get audited that year. So yeah,
You're sharing a lot. This is going to be a great interview.
But we just don't make money like that anymore, unfortunately.
No, those commercials aren't the same.
days.
I know.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go further back then, right now. All right.
Okay,
you know
yeah,
where we're
let's go.
going?
No.
We're going to Canada.
All right.
You're from Canada, right?
Oh, Canada, baby.
I don't hear it, eh? I don't hear any of
I've
it.
been living here for almost 20 years, so kind of, you know.
Okay, what part of Canada are you from?
Ontario, Niagara Falls.
The Niagara Falls?
The Niagara Falls. Well, I'm actually from a small hometown called Waynfleet. It's a little farming
That
town.
sounds small.
It's tiny, and I'm very proud of Waynfleet. I love where I came from.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I believe you had an accomplishment there. You were Miss Canada?
I was Miss World Canada.
Help me understand the difference there, or what that means.
We as Americans and Canadians, really, North Americans, really only see the Miss Universe pageant.
Right.
But the Europeans and in many other countries, the Miss World pageant is gigantic.
It's huge.
It's just they don't really air it here. But no, still, Miss World is probably the biggest pageant on the planet at this point.
And probably the solar system, I would assume.
The solar system.
Everybody's watching
Yeah,
it.
it's a pretty big pageant.
Is it one of those talent things? You got to do a talent? and all?
Yeah, you do.
Well, come
You have
on.
to do
What
talent.
was it?
Well, I danced and sang to Big Spender.
Okay, we have a microphone.
I did, yeah.
We can't
we're not
really
do- I
dance
have
here
to
with the camera.
rehearse for that.
You could sing just 2 seconds just to show us that it's true.
All right. The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man.
I would join
of
you, but I'd
distinction,
ruin it.
A real big spender.
Okay.
Good looking.
You want to get up and dance, don't you?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Tanya, that's pretty cool.
Well, it was good. I just, I got to rehearse.
And you won.
I came actually second in the talent
Don't give
competition,
those details.
and I won the pageant.
Won the whole thing. Did you have a
Yeah.
bathing suit in the whole thing?
I did. We had to, yeah, because when you go to the Miss World pageant, it's pretty. I wouldn't say it's cutthroat, but it was tough competition. There's 86 women from all over the world.
Is it like people perceive where everybody hates each other in there? And,
No, I mean this is the thing. It's all categorized into languages. So I was with the 5 English-speaking women. So if you can't speak the language of most of the other women, you don't
just
really have a
wave.
lot of interaction with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the different thing about competing nationally as opposed to competing worldly, But yeah, I mean, I'll tell you some stories. My dress was stolen. My
By a competitor?
competition- Yeah.
Come on.
I to this day I believe it was Miss Australia, but I don't know.
Way to throw her under the bus.
Oh well.
You want to give her name too and social security
I don't
number?
remember her name, but I really think she did it. But I don't have any proof.
I'm sure you're right.
The shoes were stolen as well.
Wow.
But it was a very expensive beaded gown, and I have to tell you, I probably had a million, women going, "Would you sell that to me? Would you sell that to me? I want this dress." And then it was stolen out of my room. I had $500 stolen out of my wallet.
Bitches.
I also had my talent competition stolen, dress stolen for my
Wow.
big spender number. So I had to borrow Miss USA's one of her outfits for my talent.
Isn't Miss USA the best?
She is the
She's
best.
so
Mary
sweet.
Beth Brown. I ended up being at her
Okay.
wedding party. She's
Aw.
amazing. I don't know what she's up to these days, but she ended up becoming a very, very good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't spoken to her in a long time, but at the time, we became really good friends.
Wow. Okay, so small farming town,
Yeah.
Miss World Canada. I don't know how that even happens.
Neither did I.
And then you go from that into this world of Hollywood. How'd you make that move?
Well, okay, so I always, for some reason, I unfortunately or fortunately, I always wanted to be an actress, right? It's kind of bittersweet, isn't it?
We know the curse.
Isn't it,
Yeah,
Tom?
it affects your
Yes.
life.
And so I was, of course, born in a small town. I thought, well, how am I going to make it in that type of world? So really at the time, the only thing I could ever get into were pageants, because it's not like we had American Idol then or any
Right.
the talent shows, nothing like that. We had Solid Gold. Okay, now I'm aging myself again, but that's
You were
just,
8 when that was happening.
yeah, right. I was 2. What are you talking about?
So that was your way out.
So
was
that
the
was my
pageant
way
world.
out. Was the pageants? People just said, you'd be probably great in it. I went for the Miss Teen Niagara pageant. Well, I
interesting
ended
to
up getting into the American Musical Dramatic Academy, and that's how I ended up.
That's how you got here.
In New York. I started in New York, lived
Okay.
there for 10 years, booked the MCI commercial.
Yeah.
And then I got a show called Robotica on TLC. It was when the Robot Wars and all that were on. So that's what brought me to LA.
Let's jump ahead even more. Sell This House, right? Like 50,000 seasons of that.
Yeah,
Something that you
13
did, like,
seasons.
you did that for a while.
I did it for a while. It was an awesome show. We were nominated for Emmys. It was, it was tough love because I loved the show, but it was a lot of physical labor. And, a lot of people that were fans of the show wonder if I actually did the work, but I really
That's my
did.
question. Where does that come from?
Well, I come from a home building family. My father started a company with my uncle.
You were the son he
30
never had?
years ago. Well, I have 2 brothers.
Oh,
so
you were the third son.
my older brother now owns the company. But it's called Mountain View Homes, and it's in Canada, and they build between 200 and 400 houses a year. So I grew up in the housing world.
You
So
weren't faking it.
Was not faking it.
You can do it.
I can do it.
Name some tools.
Hammer,
Come on, that's no proof.
reciprocal saw.
Oh, there
wood
now.
saw, jigsaw.
Now I believe you. No, I remember watching the show. It looks impressive.
Thank you.
But then you got to do some other fun stuff like Best Vacations.
That show is on KTLA. We just shoot like 1 or 2 episodes a year.
They fly you places that are beautiful and perfect.
Yes,
Tough job.
wonderful places. I mean, I'd love to do another high-end travel show. Let's just say that.
I did a show that wasn't necessarily high end for the Travel Channel, Amazing Vacation Homes. I didn't go to beautiful resorts all the time.
But you
Sometimes
went
I
to
went to
beautiful
caves.
homes?
Not always.
Really?
Like weird places too. Like
That's cool.
it was very cool, but it's not the nicest hotels in those areas.
That's
you know what
not
I'm
cool.
saying?
Yeah. Well,
No.
that's Sell This House. I understand that.
Yeah. Well, you know what else? When I look at your stuff, I notice something else that you enjoy that I like too. You have to be one of the goofiest people I have ever seen on camera at times, right?
thank
You
you.
love to go for the funny.
I love the funny. And the unfortunate thing is right now on Home and Family, I don't show that side to me at all. But yes, I am probably one of the goofiest people you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, I just went on an audition a couple days ago for TLC. And it was somebody over at the network that didn't want to audition me because they said I wasn't funny. Because they haven't seen me
Right.
do the funny.
Right, I
And I'm
understand.
like, no, I'm funny. I can be funny. I do the funny.
Funny, damn it.
Right.
Yeah.
But how do you like...
You need a better agent.
Well, actually, my agent got me in the door.
Well,
So
you have a great agent.
I do.
I would love to have that agent myself.
I know. I'm working on that for you.
Okay, so thank you. So you mentioned Home and Family. You show products on there, is that right? I mean,
I do.
You do things that aren't the same as this show, but there is some crossover. I think.
Oh, yeah.
The
well,
pitch.
there is.
Do you know what show you're on right
Yes. No, I thought we were still talking about Sell This House. We're talking.
now? You're on The Pitch, which is products
I
that are
know.
pitched to people. Yeah, so tell us what you do on Home and Family.
Well, on Home and Family, I focus on kids stuff, kids crafts, kids toys, kids products, mommy stuff, crafts that we can do with our kids. Mainly focused on DIYs, and sometimes I can also bring some products that I've tested and tried, and if I'm really passionate about it, I can bring them on the show. And so I'm just a wealth of information, I guess, for new moms and what to do with your kids. I want to try and show people ways that you can kind of strengthen your relationship with your kids through crafting instead of in front of the computer.
And that's why you're a momtrepreneur,
It's
the
a
hardest
momtrepreneur.
word ever. Say it again.
Momtrepreneur.
You've said it many times now.
I have said it many times.
Wow. Because you're a mom.
Because I'm a mom.
Are you a mom?
And I am a mom.
Or are you just
yes.
acting like you're a mom on TV?
Oh, I'm a mom. Yes, I have a little one.
I know
who's
you do.
4.
4 years old. I got news for you. She's not always going to be 4 and loving you like you know everything. She's going to think you're an idiot at some point.
She did this morning. I'm already going through it. We had
Yeah?
a rough morning.
Then you got a great future in front of you.
Don't I? You're not the first to say that.
Yes, yes.
I'm nervous.
We have the same kid, just 10 years difference of ages.
That's right.
But is that part of why you got into this new area that you're into?
Yeah, I coming off of Sell This House, obviously I was more into the tools, building things and this and that, but I'm not a licensed contractor. So
I will not use you for my house then.
I wouldn't
You
use
don't-
me either. I'm good at little things, fix-it things,
Yeah.
refurbishing things, but I can't do plumbing.
The big stuff.
Yeah. So I met Woody Fraser, who actually I went in on the show as a guest, and I did a craft on the show. They had me come in as the host of Sell This House, and this was like 3 years ago. And I guess it went over really well. And then a year later, he asked me to be a family member. So when I first started on the show, he was thinking of me as like the Tool Time girl kind of thing. Tool belt, the whole thing. And I did
Miss
a
World
bunch
Canada.
right?
You
Why
saw that on the
not?
resume. Perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was doing stuff like that on the show. I mean, it was fun. But then when I started doing the crafts for kids, it's like it just, it was just this organic,
took off.
amazing fit.
It's your life now.
And now it's become my life.
You're developing your own line.
I'm developing my own line, Tanya Memme Crafts. It's coming out this spring. So what it's going to be are I'm only doing kids crafts, big, colorful, fun kids crafts, subscription based for the most part. But you can also get separate ones on the website when I launch it. And every month you'll get a new box in the mail. Even the box itself is going to be colorful and fun. So I want the kids to feel
Continuity program.
That's right. It's important.
Smart girl.
Yeah. And and because I'm on the show, it's such an amazing way to test the products and see how kids respond to them and see how, and shooting Sell This House and Sell This House Extreme and Move This House on A&E. I've traveled across America 10 times over. We've done over 350 episodes when you combine all the shows. And so I know what people can make and what they can't make, what kids can make, what they can't make. So they're going to be very, very fun and user-friendly. And also you'll end up with a really great product that you can give as a gift, or you can keep it and just, keep it for yourself.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Thanks.
Let's stay on the products for a second.
Yes, Tom.
Because here we're pitching products to people out there looking for new products to hopefully take to market. And I believe you have been in the DR, direct response infomercial world a bit. You've hosted some infomercials. Am I correct on that?
I've hosted quite a few infomercials.
Quite a few.
Quite a
More
few.
than two?
More than two.
Really? Do you want to drop a few names, or do you remember the ones you've done?
Well, I've done Auric. Auric is
That's a big one.
Yeah, big one. And I've done probably, I think, 4 products for them. They're a purifier, a couple of vacuum cleaners, 2 purifiers, air purifiers. And then, we've done some of the crazy ones. There was the thermo. It was a thermo something where you zap your zits.
Oh, nice. Thermo, it's got to be strong.
It's a thermo something. I mean, do you remember the names of all of your infomercials?
Of course
too?
I do.
Yeah, right.
So the infomercial world is a world you know. What do you think makes a good infomercial product? What makes you excited when you see, oh, yeah, I want to host this one?
I think that when you find a need in the market and tapping into that need, whether it's something small or something big, and then it's just, the infomercial at the same time there is a science to it.
Yes,
I
there
mean,
is.
a big time science.
That's why I refer to myself as a scientist.
You are a scientist, Tom.
I am.
Yes, you are.
And
You've had some pretty successful infomercials.
Yeah, so. But this isn't my time. But maybe we can talk about me for a while. No, let's not. I do want to share with you why I think you're underutilized in the infomercial space.
Thanks,
because
Tom.
I think as many as you've done, and I know you've done well, you should be doing many more. And I'll tell you why I'm a fan. Do you know why I'm a fan of your work?
You can tell me. I don't mind hearing it at all.
Okay. There are certain, you could take 2 different hosts who are both equally talented, and the way they speak in normal life can make a big difference in the way they come across on camera. And I noticed early on with you have a certain speech pattern. Maybe it's the Canadian roots or something. It's not about an accent. You just have a certain way that you talk that is so engaging and believable and trustworthy, but excited. You're one of those, because a lot of people get on, they try to be excited about a product.
Well, you have to come across genuine and
sincere.
sincere.
And see, you talk that way normally. So I think it's not a huge stretch for you as long as you're being yourself, which you always are when you're on camera.
Yeah, I think that, if you're coming from a host's perspective and what makes an infomercial successful, is that's Yeah, I mean, because a lot of times when you're hosting an infomercial, you're reading a teleprompter. So you really have to have your prompter skills, I think, honed. Mm-hmm. And some people got it and some people just don't.
Yep.
And I think teleprompter skills, you can practice, but there is a little bit of you kind of got.
It comes to you easily.
It just comes to you easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like in an infomercial, the thoughts are all cut up, so it's not like you can it's very hard to memorize infomercial scripts because nothing flows into the next thought, that.
Yep.
And it's very
except the ones I write.
salesy. Oh, okay. Well,
they're different.
Well, I haven't hosted an infomercial for you yet,
it's coming.
Tom.
It's coming. Boy, I walked into that one.
He sure did. And so I think it's just you have to believe in the product. Like a lot of the products that I have done infomercials for, I really, I like them, or I find something about them that I that I can relate to, and I I love what I do. I
Well,
love
it shows. That's
love
why you're not a
hosting.
one-hit wonder. I mean,
Well,
you've
thank
done a
you.
lot. But more importantly, I have something here that we need to do.
Uh-oh.
It's called
Oh no! Okay.
Tanya's questions. Get a close-up on that to show that this is only for Tanya Memme, right?
I'm nervous now.
Are you nervous? I told her I was
am
going to
a
ask
little
tough
bit.
questions, and I haven't
Did. You
asked
said
one
you
yet.
You used the word grilling.
Grilling. I'm going to grill her.
You're gonna grill
So here's
me.
what we're going to do. This is Seal. We're going to open this up because on previous episodes, I have interviewed people, and I'll ask them to pick a number for a question.
Okay.
Between 1 and 5, and they'll pick a number, and I'll ask the same question every time. You know,
That's
I ask
fine.
whatever I want. With you, I'm going to have you
Am I
reach
picking
in.
my own
There's
questions?
5 different pieces of paper in here. I want you to pick one out. And wait a minute, are you going to definitely answer the question no matter what it is?
I mean, I can say I plead the fifth, but
Okay, here it comes. Question.
the nicest celebrity that would surprise people. The nicest.
And if you
celebrity
can't
that
think of
would
anybody,
surprise
we'll go
people.
on to the next one. Anybody you've worked with that you thought, oh, everybody probably thinks they're not that nice, and they're so nice.
Okay.
I have one. Yeah.
Well, I know. I dated Alec Baldwin for a little while.
God, this is
You
a great
didn't know
show.
that, did
I had
you?
no idea. Do tell.
Well, I can't say. Okay, so we went out about 5 or 6 times. So I don't know if that's considered dating, but
Sure,
at the time I
sure.
wasn't going out with anyone else.
Not
But-
not real recently, I'm assuming.
No, this was a while back.
Not
yeah.
while he's married or anything.
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
And actually, people always say to me, what was he like? Is he, what the media kind of pegs him for? And
Right.
I have to say, absolutely not. He was a wonderful, wonderful man. Absolutely wonderful.
Any reason it didn't work out?
There are reasons, but yeah. I mean, I actually wish it kind of did, but it did not now. I mean, I'm married
yeah,
now,
of
but at the
course.
time I
Yeah.
was a little disappointed.
That
But
it
it
didn't
wasn't
go.
anything that I had done or he had done. It was a complete circumstance at the time, something very personal in his life
Okay.
that I promised I would never
No.
share.
No.
So
You can tell me
but
later.
That's why it didn't work out, and I completely understood the situation.
So
yeah.
Alex is a good guy.
He is, and then about a year later, he asked me out again,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in a relationship. So yeah, so I
one of
had
those
to- I
things.
had to say no.
Wow, you are a great guest.
Yeah.
Let's go to another one. What's funny is she answered right there one of the other questions.
I did.
Sort of.
Oh my gosh, okay, I'm nervous. My palms are sweating, you guys. Most embarrassing moment on set. Oh man. Oh my gosh, nothing's coming.
Nothing's
to me
coming
at this
to mind.
moment.
It usually has to do with sound. We learn early on as actors, or mainly hosts, because we're wearing the lavalier mics,
All the
that you got to be
time.
careful what you say when you think the mic is cut. And for me, I was hosting an infomercial where I was drinking a lot of water, and I left the outside pool area to go to the perfectly sound, unproofed bathroom that had great acoustics.
Oh, I've been through that.
And I had so much
Yes.
water in me, and I remember as I was taking care of what needed to be taken care of, saying out loud, did I cut my mic? I can't remember. Did I turn it off? And I walked out of this thing, and everybody was just clapping. It's a
That's so
great
funny.
prostate, Tom.
Nice. No, that I've probably, I mean, with Sell This House, I lived in front of the camera for 13 years. I mean,
yeah.
everything. It came to the point where I didn't even shut my microphone off anymore. I'm like,
They knew
"Oh,
everything
well."
about you.
Yeah, so
All
at
right.
that point, it was hard to do anything that embarrassing, right?
Let's go to another one then.
Okay.
I'll save you
Oh
on
my
this one.
gosh. Okay, let me see. Biggest jerked you've ever worked with?
Is that how I wrote it?
That's how you wrote it.
I'm not sure what I was
Biggest
going
jerk
for.
I ever worked with?
Yeah.
I can't name names.
Come on, throw 'em under the bus.
I can't name names.
Who's the ass out there?
I can't name names.
Oh, God, she
I
is
really
such a
can't.
weenie.
I can't.
All right, go to the last one. I got one more question.
I
in
will
there.
say this though.
Yeah.
It was a co-host on one of the shows I've done.
Now, I have co-hosted a show with you, so be very careful.
You're not it.
Oh, I'm glad
you
to hear
are
that.
so not it.
So we just have to go down your resume of all the co-hosts. Hopefully, it was probably the guy that replaced me, but I'm not going to
It
go.
wasn't Matt
no.
Gallant either. Now we're narrowing them down,
Yes,
aren't we?
we are. Then. Okay, good to know.
No, Matt was cute. He was wonderful.
Last question. Enough about him.
Biggest celebrity you've dated? Well, should I
See, you
stick
kind of answered Alec Baldwin, unless there's been somebody bigger. Tom Cruise. I mean, come on. It's up to you if you want to answer this question.
You really don't know that. Oh man.
You don't have to if you don't want to answer that.
No, I can't. I mean,
you kind of
know.
answered it.
Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, but it's up to you if you want to. Have you dated other celebrities, Tanya?
Tom, thing is, he knows the answer.
I
to this
did my
question.
prep work.
He knows the answer to this question, so he's looking. All right, I dated Michael Keaton for 3 years.
Wait a minute. The same Michael Keaton that right now, Birdman, Michael Keaton?
Yeah, yes.
For how many years?
3.
That's more than just dating.
Yeah, we dated. Yeah, he's who I was dating before my husband.
And when you answer the question about who surprises us that is so nice, he wasn't the one. You said Alec Baldwin. So I assume he's next in line, or is he like maybe the other answer?
No, Michael is he's
very
really,
talented, man.
He is to this day one of the most talented and incredible actors that I have ever witnessed.
Yeah.
And he works
I've always
really
loved his
hard.
work. Yeah.
I know that he's up for a bunch of awards, the
yeah.
Oscar right now.
Are you hoping he wins?
Deserves it. I do hope he wins. Yeah, I mean, I do think that there's some tough competition.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he deserves it. I mean,
you all are on good terms.
Well, not really.
You all are on
it was a tough
not
breakup.
bad terms.
We're not talking to each other anymore. But it's
you don't have any bad things to say about him, though.
Well,
maybe you do.
No, it's just, you know what? This is the thing. We, for the most part, we had a wonderful relationship. Michael, to me,
can we get makeup? I have some sweat coming
no,
in. There's some sweat on the brow there.
People ask me this question.
No, go ahead.
And the thing is, I kept it so quiet while we were dating.
Yeah.
I didn't tell anybody, and I didn't post it on the internet or anything, because it was out of respect for him. And and I'm happy that we dated, and it was a as I said, a 3-year relationship. Wow. But
and he's like 30 years older than you or something.
He is, but I didn't care. I was very, very attracted to him.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Tom. He's a complicated person, and
I'm sure.
And I think that's what makes him such an amazing actor. But I just felt like I couldn't get to his heart. I felt, and so I kind of wanted that, I guess, a little bit more from him. So it didn't end well.
How many big celebrities have you dated?
That's it.
2.
Those are the 2.
Those are the 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry it didn't end well, but
no,
life goes on
okay.
and things are good. And
it was, my choice to end it, and
you have your 4-year-old daughter because you ended it, right?
I do, yeah. Yes, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a family, and I wanted to have kids, and But I totally, of course, I do. I hope to see him win. I think it's wonderful. I think he definitely deserves the Oscar if he wins it.
Well, I would assume he's going to mention you in his acceptance speech.
I'm sure. I'm sure he will, as I'm expecting it.
Yes.
But the funny thing is, I haven't even seen the movie. I haven't had.
You're bitter.
No, it's just I have. People are asking, "Have you seen the movie? Have you seen the movie?"
Yeah.
And it's like I have my life. I'm busy. I'm a mom. You know how that is. I'm like, no,
I've seen the
I haven't
movie
seen
though.
it. I haven't seen it yet. I'll see it one day.
It's a good movie.
I'm sure it is. Yeah,
All right.
I've heard he's amazing in it. So.
He's amazing.
Good,
well, thanks for
him.
sharing that. That was very interesting.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I'm sharing.
Okay, now for the hard questions. Here they come.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. No, the final thing I want to do.
Yes.
Because I truly believe that you and I would have so much fun and do a great show together. So
I think we would too.
Right. So let's put together, what would the show include that you and I would host together? And I'll start to give you an idea of where I'm going with this. I think it definitely needs to involve real people. Because, right, we both like interacting with real people and making them look good and having fun with them.
Yes.
What other aspects should this show that the Tom and Tanya show?
It should have some comedy in it.
Some comedy, of course.
Some comedy.
We're both
we
goofy.
gotta put on the funny. Yeah.
We both love doing the funny. Okay.
I'm trying to bring the funny back into the stuff I do,
Right. Okay, my turn. I know that you probably like to make people cry, and I do too. So it's got to have some emotional stuff, right? Where people are going to cry.
Yes.
Some of the real people.
Yes.
Or celebrities.
It would have to have a lot of emotion in it. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
so
of
there's
emotion.
got to be stakes. The only way that you can make them cry is if there's stakes.
Right.
Right?
'Cause I know you can pull it out of them. I've seen you do it, and
Done it.
I've interviewed 1 million people for testimonials, and they're always crying. So I know how to do it. What else? Give me something else.
It has to have a lot of passion.
Passion. Okay.
Like, for example, on Sell This House, right? The fact that you're tearing down someone's house that they've lived in for 40 years. I mean, they love their house.
Okay, I'll give you the secret weapon, and then we'll have our show. You ready for it?
Got it.
Got to have dogs. Specifically, my dog.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Toby has to be in the show.
Then so does Ava.
Toby and Ava. So maybe we'll just have the Toby and Ava show.
All right, but we'll just let them host it.
I'm telling you, it would be so entertaining.
It would.
All right, so we've done everything we need to do. I asked the tough questions. We have our show put together that somebody out there is going to call us and buy us to make the show, right?
Yes.
And we learned all about Tanya Memme. It's great to have you come in. I appreciate you coming
thanks,
in.
Tom. I had a good time.
Did you have fun?
I did. I hope I wasn't too boring.
Boring is not a word I'd put with you. If you want to hire Tanya Memme, which everybody should be doing,
That's right.
your URL is sitting right there, which it's brilliant. She used her name, TanyaMemme.com.
And if you can check out my YouTube channel if you want to check out the stuff I've done on Home and Family, which I have a blast on Home and Family, by the way.
And we will see you next time on The Pitch. To learn how to appear on The Pitch, go to thepitchwithtom.com. You can also view pitch segments there or at YouTube by searching The Pitch with Tom Jordan. But make sure to spell my name right. To contact one of the inventors or if you have any questions, email Tom at thepitchwithtom.com. Today's episode sponsored by Revenue Solutions.